Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. This video is about taking pictures on eBay. I had a lot of questions from people about how I take my photos. I didn't think I had enough information about how to take a quality photo to make a video about it, but I know if you're taking photos, like if you're putting your item on the ground or you're using lights from your home, just regular lights, this video might be helpful. You might find some information in here that might help you take a better photo. Okay, what you're looking at right now, this setup is actually in my bedroom. My office is so filled with shelving units and product, I ran out of space and had to move this into my bedroom, which kind of tells you just, any little wall you have, you can use to take your photos. The lighting you see here, these are all fixtures from my house. I didn't buy anything special to take my photos. This is just a little stand-up lamp. This is a little desk lamp on the floor that I shine up. These two clamp lamps, I have one on the back of a chair right here and one on the top of my door to get different angles. They were left over from fairs and flea markets I used to do, but any clamp lamp will do. I've seen them so many times at thrift stores for like a few dollars, like, $2 to $5. You can pick up these little clamp lamps and just use one of those. You don't really have to spend a lot of money right away or get anything special. You can take a decent photo without spending a fortune. Okay, on the back, you see here is it's just a curtain panel. And this is a lightweight curtain rod and it's hung on command strips. And this torso right here, this mannequin, I picked up a male and female torso. It's got like a hollow back and a hanger. It's kind of like a hanger. I got both of them. They were like $40 or $50 for both of them delivered. No more than 50. So, that's pretty good to get mannequins for that. They're not the best, but again, if you're hanging it on a hanger or throwing it on the ground, it is a step up. And that's all that matters, is that you just keep taking steps forward. Do what you can afford. Don't go crazy. Don't put yourself in debt to take a great photo. Just do what you can. I'll show you right here. There's the curtain rod. This is just a shoelace I used because this hook is a little high and the angle was wrong. So I just put this little rope here so it just hangs a little bit lower. This command hook is probably the strongest one you can get. I forgot how many pounds it is. I don't want it falling off. I know I'm tugging on it and I keep hanging things over and over again. So it's getting like a lot of abuse, you know what I mean? So I just got a very, very sturdy hook for that. These, not so much. I think they were just could handle a couple of pounds because all it has on it is the curtain rod, which is really light. So this is a great setup you see here. So all I do when I have a black curtain panel and I have a white curtain panel, and all I do is just take it off the hooks, slide out the rod, put on the black background. I have light clothes and I'm ready to go. So before I even get started, I separate dark clothes and light clothes so I don't have to keep changing that panel. And then when I go to my light clothes, I just, put that dark panel up, and it takes less than a minute and I am ready to go. Okay, I didn't take a picture of it, I forgot, but I do have a desk off to the side. And that is where I, lint roll everything. I do all my measurements. I take care of everything over there. I take all my notes over there. And then when I'm done, I move it over here. When I'm done with my pictures, say all I have left now are maybe mugs and figurines and maybe hats, stuff that needs to go on a desktop, I move that. It's a lightweight desk. I just pick it up and I move it over here. And what I do is I drape this curtain panel over the desk, and I'll use masking tape, which I love masking tape, and I'll explain that later. I use masking tape to kind of like secure it so it doesn't like move, off the desk. And then I take all my pictures of my small items, and that draped curtain panel is a great background because there's no sharp lines. You're not just taking a picture of this desk and there's a wall. It's like this, it's a great background. And in a photo editing tool, you can almost make it disappear completely. There's no lines. It's just very, very smooth looking. I found that is the best way for me to take pictures of my desktop items, is using this method. Okay. my lights, these are the light bulbs I'm using. Again, I am not an expert, so please, like, if you're like, no, that's the wrong light bulb, I would love it if you tell me, like, if you know, like, of a better quality light bulb. However, um, right now, I would not spend like $20 a light bulb for light bulbs. I know some of them are pretty expensive. I'm sure they're great, but they're pretty expensive. I read somewhere, don't get anything under 1600 lumens. Again, I read it somewhere. This is just information I picked up. I also read that you should get a daylight bulb, and I did, and it did improve the quality of my pictures. This is a great buy because you get 4 in a pack. It's $12.97. It's free shipping over $49. And for me, it's so easy to spend that. They have so much stuff that I need. I just order $49 so easily. And so I'm getting a pack of 4 for $12.97, which is great. And they've lasted, I've had them all for like over a year, a year approximately now. And I've had no problems with them. They're working great. The next thing I have to show you, this is my camera. I'm showing you this camera because this is not a special camera. There isn't anything great about it. I have this camera because this was a floor model on at Target, and it was $35. And I was like, oh, great. I'll just pick it up and I'll use it for a year. Well, I've been using it for 3 years. So this is wonderful. And I wouldn't say it's the best camera. And I did notice when I was taking pictures using it, there was a little, like when you press down the button, if you're holding the camera, I do not use a tripod. I'm constantly moving, taking different angles, so tripods aren't going to work for me. So when I pressed down the button, there was like a little shutter in the picture. But if I use the continuous shooting mode, so when you press down, it just keeps clicking and taking those photos. So basically, I take 2 photos of each. The first one sometimes will have a little bit of a shutter to it, and the next one is more solid because the button is already pressed down, so there isn't that movement. That's how I fixed that problem. I'm sure there's some other way to do it, but remember, I didn't get anything with this camera. I have no instruction manual. And as far as figuring things out with technology, I am one of the worst people for that. So that's what worked for me. This is the camera I use. Definitely go at and check out stores to find out when they're changing their models over, because you can get a pretty cheap camera, or keep your eye out on Amazon or eBay and look for the deals, because you don't really need high tech, or use your phone. Some of these phones have great cameras on them, and they take very, very good photos. You can use that too. Okay, this is a work belt, and the reason I'm showing you this is because this is something I almost can't live without. I started taking my photos. I had the desk to the side. I had all my tools on the desk, and I still have it there, but I kind of duplicated everything onto my belt. So basically, in this belt, I have my camera, I have scissors, I have tweezers, I have a little lint roller. And why do I have this? When I take care of everything, supposedly take care of everything on that desk, because as soon as you put that item in front of those bright lights, every single flaw that you miss pops out. So all of a sudden you have to walk back over the desk and get either scissors to clip a thread, or you might need the lint roller, or this way it's all completely on your body. So you don't have to walk anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You see a problem, you just whip it out of that belt, and it really does cut down on time. And if you are anything like me, if it isn't going right back into that pocket, if I have to lay it down, I will forget where I put it. I will take the closest spot, lay it down, and forget I put it there, and I'll wind up looking for something for 5 minutes, and another amazing waste of time. So this has just saved so much time for me. I wanted to share it with you if you're not already doing it. Okay, this is slightly off subject, but not completely. I write notes. I don't know how you guys do it, but when I'm taking the measurements, and I write down any flaws and the title and I write down everything in these little notebooks, and I take the pictures in the notebooks, and then I make my auctions. And the reason I'm showing the notebooks, because obviously you can use any paper you want, but is because it's back to school is ending, and I think it's still active now. They're getting rid of everything, and it's like dirt cheap. And I purchased these notebooks, or something very, very similar to this, They were 17 cents each. So I just pick up 50 of them so they can last me the whole entire year, probably longer. I can get 10,000 items on these notebooks for like $8.50. You know, so where I can write all my notes, and they're easy and they're thin, they're easy to use. Also, you can pick up printer paper, pens, anything you use. Try to pick it up in back to school season and look for when it ends and those sales go on. Or sometimes even before then, they have really great sales. Try to pick up everything you need beforehand. Think ahead a little bit, and it will save you some money in office supplies. Okay, back to the masking tape. And the reason I love masking tape so much is not just to hold that curtain panel in place when I take desktop photos, but I use it when I'm taking photos of clothes all the time. I don't rewash or wash everything I pick up in a thrift store. You know, if it's, you know, sometimes it's new, you can't wash it. It's a lot of them are in decent shape. They, you know, you don't really need to do that. But when the stuff has been around a little bit, you know, a flat pocket will keep popping up, or, you know, you put it on the hanger and one of the sleeves will go out to the side, or one of the cuffs is pulled up. Masking tape is great. You just roll up, you know, a little piece of that masking tape. You can hold the cuffs down, flat pockets down. You can take a sleeve that's like flying off to the side no matter what you do, and just pull it in and just, you know, put it against the wall with that masking tape and hold it in place and get that really nice streamline effect and a really nice photo. And it doesn't really stick to anything horribly, so you're not going to ruin your item. Easily removed. It's just, I just love masking tape. I use it every time I take photos. So I just want to share that with you. If you weren't using it already, definitely pick up some masking tape. It really helps you make a great photo. Okay, I'm going to talk about the photo editing tool I use, and I'm very sad about this, but I use Picasa. And why I'm sad is because I was going to show you about, you know, if you don't have it already, or to download it, and this is what I see, and it's basically that Google is not supporting Picasa anymore. It's not going to be available. They're not going to update it. They're not going to support it. It is still functioning. If you have it, it is still running, and it's running like it always has. But they're saying go to Google, use Google Photos. And I went to Google Photos, and I'm very sad about this because here's Google Photos. And this is what they have as far as editing tools. It's not even close to being the same. On Picasa, this one right here, this little editing tool, if you went and you brought it all the way over, it would lighten that background almost to a pure white. It would really make that item pop, and it's just not doing it here. It has way fewer options as far as editing your photos. Like here, that's the only other page they have. So you got this, and then you can flip it around over here. Not even close to what I need. So if you have Picasa already, you know, I just wanted to show you this because you might not have it for very much longer. So if you do have it, I would definitely take the time to look into other photo editing tools. There's a lot of free ones out there. The worst part about this is you have to go learn something new, and you have to spend the time. And I know none of us have a lot of time, especially doing this, but you know, it's good to know, you know, you can go look for it. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you can get some information out of this that might help improve your photos. And I will be coming out with another sales update video very shortly. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.